Hello my beer drinking friends, and welcome to a special holiday episode of Two Brew Tuesday. I'll personally be celebrating both Christmas and Hanukkah this weekend, so I thought we'd choose a beer from each holiday to taste and see what we think of them. So first up, representing Hanukkah, let's see what we have to unwrap. We have Shmaltz Brewing Company's Hebrew Hanukkah Pass the Beer. So this is a golden strong ale. It's brewed with cacao nibs. Shmaltz Brewing Company has been brewing since 1996. Their brewery is located in Clifton Park, New York. They like to say that this is the chosen beer for the holiday. So right up front, this has a nice clear caramel color to it. It's got a small white fluffy head. Right up front, I'm getting notes of honey, a little bit of chocolate from those cacao nibs. The cacao really comes through in the flavor of the beer. It's also got a rich biscuity malt flavor to it. And sort of in the back end, it finishes with a bit of vanilla. I wouldn't be surprised if they're using just a little bit of vanilla in the beer. It's definitely a big, rich holiday-style beer. So, you know, if I was drinking this, I'd probably pair it with something like a vanilla ice cream or even a chocolate cake, because it definitely has a lot of sweetness to it. So you need, you know, some big flavors to match with the beer. It's really a great sipping beer too, so it's definitely very enjoyable. And then of course, representing our Christmas beer, we have Brews Slaapmutzke's Christmas Nightcap. Slaapmutzke is actually Belgian for sleeping cap or nightcap. The brewery is located in Melle, which is in the East Flanders region of Belgium. The brewery was actually started by a couple of kitchen homebrewers back in 1999. So this beer, it's got a dark brown with little bits of ruby highlights to it. It's got an off-white, big fluffy head. Definitely a lot of carbonation in this beer. I noticed that it was bottle conditioned. Wow, this beer has a ton of aroma, and it's those big fruity apple, dark cherry, currant, maybe even plum. And then again, the big malty body on this beer comes through, and it again reinforces those fruity flavors. Even has a little bit of a spice character to it, some clove, almost a little bit of anise, but there are no spices used in the beer, so all those flavors are coming from yeast-derived aromas and flavors. And of course, that big carbonation, the carbonic bite sort of clears the palate, so you're ready for another sip. And this beer, it checks in at 7.4% ABV, so it is more of a sipping beer than a chugging beer, but again, really enjoyable. I think this beer would be great with like a nice thick steak, something big and hearty. That's great. So those are our two holiday beers for Two Brew Tuesday this week. If you enjoy this video, please make sure to give us a thumbs up, and don't forget you can subscribe, and that way you won't miss out on any of our content, like the upcoming brewery tours we're having in the new year, beer festivals we'll be covering, and other just fun beery stuff. So cheers everybody. I hope you have a great Hanukkah or Christmas or whatever you're celebrating this year, and we'll see you next week.
Kiss goodnight. How I'll hate going out in the storm, but if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm, and the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye.